Duran leads off for the Red Sox, and the opening pitch is 95 and outside to Duran. And that is ball one. Duran 1 for 4 last night, scored a run, a 7th round pick by the Red Sox in 2018. He can absolutely fly. This is popped up. Miranda measuring with plenty of room. One down. Something the Red Sox talked quite a bit about after the game last night was the missed opportunity morning the first inning last night. Second and third, Devers hit a double. Duran was at third base, nobody out, and Paddock worked out of it. Different game. Who knows how that game plays out if the Red Sox put up a crooked number against Paddock early last night.
Yeah, it forced Paddock to lock in early. He was able to do that, and it kind of set the tone for the outing. He was out there. He was dominant with his fastball. He ran it up there 96 at times. And I think it gives your team momentum as well. If you're able to work out of that, your offense goes, all right, we got a chance to play from ahead. And it was a close game until late. Yeah, what an outing by Paddock, able to neutralize a lot of these really good Boston hitters.
All-star against all-star here, and Devers, there's a good sweeper right there. Boy, that was a sweet, sweet pitch to even up the count.
The look at Devers after this kind of surprised him a little bit, and he looks out there, whether he was looking at Pablo or he was looking at the board, trying to figure out what that pitch was. He fooled him.
And Devers now will take his timeout, trying to replay that pitch and swing in his mind. Devers missed about 8 games back in late April with a bad knee, but since he's come back, he's hit safely in 9 straight, 5 extra base hits during this 9-game run he's been on. Great pitch, 96. Now the velo certainly was a topic of conversation for Pablo Morny in his last start, because the velo was down here against the White Sox on April 23rd, but the velocity looked great in prime pitching conditions in Anaheim his last outing.
Yeah, then showing it early here as well. Last night probably a better night to pitch, closer to 70 degrees, a little cooler here today. The sun is going to come out. Coming out now as we speak, so should warm up for him. But yeah, a good sign to see him with that top end of his velocity from the start of this game.
On the ground to first, fair ball. Santana takes this all by himself, 2 down. You mentioned with Lopez and the sweeper, it hasn't been as effective yet, but the expected numbers in terms of the lower expected contact that teams have put up against that sweeper. What else has stood out? It's a smaller sample this season, but why the sweeper hasn't yet been as effective as it was last year?
Well, I think so much was made of it, and it was a new pitch last year. Guys hadn't seen it. They didn't really game plan for it. They knew Pablo as a guy with a good fastball and a plush changeup. Now, kind of the league, the word gets around, and guys start looking for it. You start hunting that best pitch. And I think also there's just been, it's such a small sample size that it's been early in the year. He's just left a couple over the heart of the plate, and guys haven't popped him up. They haven't missed him. They've ended up hitting him in the seats, and that's where he's had to pay. So it's still going to be a very effective pitch for him throughout the year.
Change up there disappears on Tyler O'Neill, who is 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts lifetime against Pablo. These two met in the National League. O'Neill with the Cardinals, Lopez with Miami. To third and past a diving Miranda. And this one rolling down the left field line. O'Neill will make second base with a 2-out double. And the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position here in the opening inning.
Yeah, this was a hard hit ball. This ball took a big hop on Miranda. It looked like he had a shot at it. It's got some topspin, so it hits the ground and then kind of backs up and bounces over his glove. Got in on him just a hair, but he's strong enough to still get part of the good part of the bat on it and get it past Miranda.
So O'Neill picks up his first ever hit against Lopez, and now Wilyer Abreu. And the Twins kept quiet last night, and that's been rare. He's been a great hitter so far this season as he swings and misses at 95 as Lopez challenged him down the middle.
We did see some good fastballs beat him in last night's ball game. It'll be interesting to see if they go fastball heavy, if they're setting them up early and they can get him to swing some off-speed stuff and get some weak contact.
And it's 0-2. Abreu at the plate. The guy that's catching Lopez today, and Christian Vasquez. These two have a connection. A couple of years ago, Astros and Red Sox had a trade in 2022. Vasquez went from Boston to Houston, and among the players that the Red Sox got back from the Astros is the guy batting right now in Wilyer Abreu.
It's a big tools. Good arm. Good bat. A lot of potential there.
0-2. And slice and find the seats. Abreu leads American League rookies in average, on base percentage, and tied for second in doubles. He's 41% better than league average in creating runs for his offense. That's the crust of WRC plus. It helps quantify WRC plus, your ballpark, your era. Evens out the playing field a bit more. Two and two on Abreu with O'Neill at second. And Vasquez could not hang on there. And 95, so Abreu still battling. In and just popped out.
And that doesn't feel very good as a catcher. You're expecting to catch in a certain part of the glove, and then rattles on you a little bit.
Lopez has leaned heavily on his fastball so far against Abreu. He's one more strike to end the inning. Came back with it at 96. You see Abreu kind of shaking his head up and down there a little bit. Is he picking up some more of the timing now against this fastball?
I feel like he thinks he's going to hit it, or he should hit it, but Pablo's just got that extra gear. He's got elite extension. He's getting down the mound, 7'2", so he's getting closer to that hitter. So I think you're going to hit it, but that ball's beating you just a little bit because he's releasing it so close.
So came back with a sweeper, missed inside, full count. So lengthy at bat here from Abreu. 8-pitch at bat, number 9 upcoming. Should it continue, Connor Wong. He's been a tough out with bat next. 3-2 on Abreu. That's fouled back. Another fastball at 96.
Yeah, we're seeing the numbers are part of the reason why you're going after him. 25 strikeouts, 16 times he struck out on that fastball. So that's a pitch they feel like they can go to. The expected slugging is about half of what the actual slugging is on that fastball. So they feel like it's a pitch they can go to, and they can beat him at the top of the zone with it.
Poke through the hole left side, and the Red Sox will strike first. It was a changeup, and O'Neill is in. So Abreu capitalizing on a lengthy at bat, a 10-pitch at bat, and rolling a changeup through the left side, and the Red Sox lead 1-0.
This is almost identical how the Twins took a 1-0 lead in last night's ball game. A double, and then not an overly hard hit ball, but a ball put in play right at that straight up shortstop position. Sometimes it's not how you hit them, it's where you hit them, and Red Sox get to play with the lead today.
So now Connor Wong, third-round pick by the Dodgers in 2017, came to the Red Sox as part of the Mookie Betts trade in 2020. And this is where Wong has been really good. Look at those numbers with 2 outs. Leading baseball batting .500 with 2 outs so far this season. He's homered 5 times. And that pitch count now climbing over 20 here in the first inning. So Lopez morning was 2 up, 2 down. The O'Neill double, then the 10-pitch at bat. And now about to throw his 23rd pitch of the inning here.
Yeah, we've seen this from time to time. Early, sometimes it takes Pablo a little bit of time to settle in, so he can get out of this with only giving up 1 run.
To shallow left center field. Martin coming on. That's going to land. Abreu read that well, so a soft single into center, and the Red Sox have 1 in, 2 on, 2 out, and this inning continues now for Dominic Smith.
Yeah, Dominic Smith coming up, only 2 for 12 in his career off Pablo. Another ball not hit overly hard. Martin just a half a step to read it. I don't think he had any shot at that ball anyway. But you see Abreu reading this on his own. He sees where it's hit, how soft it's hit, and with 2 outs, he's going on contact. So an easy first to third. Not insignificant. Yourself to third base, you force that catcher to have to pay a little more attention. You got to block those balls in the dirt. Pablo's got a good changeup. He's got a good sweeper, so be mindful of that.
Dominic Smith, former first-round pick by the Mets, DHing once again for the Red Sox today. Smith today his 3rd game with the Red Sox. Dominic was released by Tampa Bay on Tuesday and signed by the Red Sox on Wednesday. Like the Twins, Boston has dealt with so many injuries early on this season. Cue to third, it's Miranda. And he throws him out, inning over. So Lopez works a little bit, 25 pitches, but only gives up 1. Twins coming up, trailing early. Look at the Twins lineup brought to you by Menards.
Yeah, looking for instant offense, and with the opener on the other side, stack those right-handed hitters at the top of the lineup today. We saw a lot of lefties up there yesterday. Jeffers only going to get 1 at bat, so wouldn't be surprised to see him go up there aggressive, swinging early in the count against Bernardino, the lefty. And we noticed Julian down at the bottom of the lineup, so your home furniture numbers on Brendan Bernardino. This is his 2nd start. It'll be an opener. He'll either go an inning or 2. Probably not much deeper than that.
And Jeffers skies this one to shallow center. 3 Red Sox converge defensively, and in center it's Duran taking charge. And Jeffers is retired, 1 down.
And this is what his pitch arsenal is. That sinker, that curveball, cutter, the occasional slider. He's have a high 3/4 delivery. He's got some funkiness to him, but he's not going to overpower you with that fastball. It's going to be in the low 90s. Cutter in the upper 80s. And that curveball somewhere around 83 miles an hour, but he's relying on movement and some deception. He's way over on that first base side of the rubber.
First time this season the Twins have faced an opener, and now Jose Miranda gets hit by a curveball. The Twins put the tying run on here.
Little donkey kick on the end right here. Trying to get that back foot out of the way. Right in the shin.
So Miranda will take his base, and now Willie Castro coming up as we take a look at our Home Depot. Who's getting it done? This guy has been getting it done now during this 9-game hitting streak. 9 extra base hits. He's driven in 8 runs, batting 3rd to start a game for the first time all year. Sharply hit, base hit into left field, pulling that cutter between Rafaela and Devers, so make it a 10-game hitting streak now for Willie Castro.
Now may as well get it out of the way early. When you're feeling that good at the plate, you're seeing the ball like he is right now. You're comfortable going up there, being aggressive. And when you're riding a 10-game hitting streak like he is, that ball finds a way through those 2 fielders who are bunched together on that side. But Devers has to play up. You have to respect the speed of Castro. We saw a sacrifice bunt from him last year, so that opens up that left side of the infield and sets up a run-scoring situation for Correa.
Correa 1 for 4 in last night's victory. A homer and 5 knocked in. Pitches outside, ball 1. Getting back to Castro for a second here with his 10-game hitting streak. It's the longest by any Twin this season, and the longest Twins hitting streak since Kyle Farmer had a 10-game hitting streak in September late last season. And this one missed by Wong, and the runners advance. Miranda down to 3rd, and to 2nd goes Castro. Boston's defense has been shaky at times this season. Reese McGuire had a costly throwing error last night, opened up a big inning, and Wong just missed this one.
Yeah, just expecting that ball to make its way back to the plate, and looking at the glove, wasn't sure if it went through it, if maybe one of the laces snapped, but just didn't get it to the pocket, and that'll go down as a wild pitch.
Infield back, and a strike on Correa. That's a wild pitch, huh?
That's what I'm told.
Okay.
I imagine that might get changed at some point here.
So you see the Red Sox, they'll concede the run. Only one out. 2-1. Chop to third. That's going to be a fair ball. Backing up Devers' long throw and dug out for the out by Cooper, but Miranda scores and Castro makes third, and it's a 1-1 game.
Well, you've worked with me long enough to know how much I appreciate good base running, and Miranda going on contact with the infield back. But watch Willie Castro on the top of your screen. That long throw across. So he's reading it. He sees him release the ball, and then he makes his way to third base. So Twins are able to tie it up quickly and now have an opportunity with a runner on third for Kepler to come through.
And without that miscue by Wong, that perhaps is an inning-ending double play.
Yeah, it's amazing how the little things add up. They don't all go as errors in the scorebook, but I think that's something during this streak the Twins have been able to take advantage of. Opportunities given, but you got to do something with them.
Kepler has a mighty cut on a high sinker from Bernardino. And a 1-1 count. Bernardino has allowed only 3 hits to left-handed batters all year, but 2 of the 3 for extra bases. Kepler to third, slicing, and that's going to go foul. Greg Weissert already warming up in the bullpen. As Andrew Bailey, pitching coach, chats with his manager, and Kepler, strike 3 called on a low bender. Ends the inning, but the Twins capitalize. A hit batter. Miranda scores the tying run. All tied.
He knows a changeup's coming, so he's anticipating that lefty pulling it to the second base side of the bag. So he's moving already, trying to get himself a good jump, and ball ended up going softly hit to shortstop. But those middle infielders with that PitchCom device, they know every pitch that's coming. And so you know where the guy's most likely to hit the ball. You're anticipating that ball being hit to that area with no longer being able to play that shift and set up on the other side of second base. Correa was just trying to give himself a good jump, a good read, and that's paying attention to what's going on. It just didn't work out on that pitch for him. But I don't think even if he was playing straight up where he started, I don't think he gets to that ball anyway. So an interesting thing to see from our vantage point. You can see the breaks, you can see the jumps the guys are getting on balls, and then you see the anticipation. You know, with the right-handed hitter up, if he hears breaking ball, he's probably going to be anticipating now something going to his throwing side, to his right arm. So if he hears slider or sweeper here, he's going to be anticipating something. If he sees fastball away, maybe he's leaning a little bit more towards the middle. So you're paying attention. So even if you're a kid at home, you're playing shortstop in Little League, and you're paying attention to those signs that catcher's putting down to have a little bit of anticipation to where the ball's going to be hit based on the hand of the batter and what pitch is being thrown.
And Cooper strikes out on a sweeper. First punch out so far today for Lopez. Now Pablo picking up his 38th strikeout of the season. Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Last 3 starts, Lopez has relied heavily on his four-seam fastball for his punch-outs. 6 against the White Sox, a couple last time out against the Angels. As David Hamilton sends it foul.
Not only the strikeouts, but league hitting 125 off of it, only 6 for 48 coming into this game. So that's a pitch that he's really reestablished as being a weapon for him.
And 18 of his now 38 strikeouts have come with his four-seam fastball.
I think you continue to evolve as a pitcher. You continue to refine your arsenal. You continue to try and keep those hitters off balance.
Hamilton could not hold back. And Lopez will throw that sweeper to both sides of the plate. In fact, throwing the sweeper more based on percentage to left-handed batters, at least for now, than he was last year.
Well, it's such a good combination with that changeup that he throws. Being able to throw something off speed to both sides of the plate.
Did not bite on a curveball this time.
That four-seam fastball at the top, so he's able to work all quadrants of the strike zone as well. He throws that sinker occasionally, but he elevates with that fastball. He throws fastballs in enough for strikes, and then works the sweeper and the changeup for weak contact. And he really is a pitcher. He's just not a thrower out there.
David Hamilton made his big league debut at this ballpark with the Red Sox last June. Today marks his 15th game. This was a design day off for Vaughn Grissom. So Hamilton at second base today. Rafaela is on deck. The right side. Pablo better hurry. The feed, the catch, the step, and it is in time to get him. On a bang play. Everything had to be right. And Santana fed Lopez in stride and got there just before Hamilton.
Julian probably had a beat on this ball, but you can never be too sure as a first baseman. The last thing you want to see is a catchable ball kind of roll through that infield on your right side. So Pablo has to react. He's got a little bit of swing in that leg on the follow through, so it takes him a split second longer than some to get over there. Taking his time getting back over. Well, this is some gamesmanship going on over here with Paparesta coming out to give him a break, or I'm sure if he kind of clipped him on the way by with his spike, did Hamilton.
So Nick Paparesta out there. Let's see the end of this play, the out, and then to collide a little bit.
Oh, knee in the right calf. He seems to be just fine.
Now thinking back, Morty, to that play and Santana making a play on that ball. How much time did it take for you and your teammate at second base to just, we're talking about pre-shifting days too, about range, knowing where your second baseman was comfortable going in terms of, you knew, okay, if I get that, then I'm leaving first base open. Did that take some time?
Well, I think you play in tandem, right? You get used to who's playing next to you, you get used to their range, they get used to your range, and you also need to look every pitch to see where they're at. Because so much of this game is anticipation. Okay, if you look where Julian's at now, Santana knows he's got basically the whole right side of the infield on any ball hit on the ground. There's Julian up the middle. So you have to be aware of that as an infielder. Same thing at third base. At short, you're kind of playing off each other, and then you have to remind yourself, right, there's some balls that I normally wouldn't go after, but there's not going to be anyone there, so it's my responsibility to go get it. Santana's been around long enough to understand how that all works. But it is something that as you learn the hitters, you learn your pitchers, where do they typically give up hits, where do they typically give up ground balls, and then understanding the guy standing in the batter's box. Do they typically hit it hard if they're going to hit it to your side? There's a lot of other things that go into it, and just based on experience. And that's kind of when you start to feel comfortable out there. And I think we expect everyone to get to the big leagues and be polished and be finished products, but in reality, you're just kind of starting to figure everything out. You're here based on talent and potential and what you've done in the minor leagues, but you still have to continue to evolve and get better once you're here.
So Lopez comes back with a fastball here, misfiring 2 sweepers. This is popped up. That was a fastball. Santana across the foul line will make the catch, and Lopez with a 15 pitch 1-2-3 second inning. Devers and Rafaela on the left side. David Hamilton at second base, and Connor Wong his first start this weekend. Opener we saw Brennan Bernardino. He is out as the Red Sox make a pitching change. Morning. It is right hitter Greg Weissert.
You're going to come in. 13 innings on the year, good ERA. Last pitched on Wednesday, 9th inning, and feature. There you go. Sweeper, sinker, four seam, slider, and change. Mix all those pitches pretty consistently, and they're hoping he's going to give them a little bit of length in this game.
Most pitches he has thrown in any one outing this season is 33. And that was when he went a season-high 2 innings April 13th against the Angels. 1-1 count to Santana. And it's 1-2. Boy, Weissert doesn't give you much to look at when he has that ball. His back, Morty, is directly at home plate as he is finding that grip in his glove.
Just going to say there's some funkiness in the delivery in a lot of these arms they have. You saw Houck last night, weight cross body.
Weakly hit right side. Hamilton gets to it, finds his footing, low throw, a nice scoop by Cooper.
Yeah, real nice play. Some soft contact, broken bat. And a change up, and does a nice job of getting around that ball, keeping his momentum moving, and then Sometimes you just need a little help from your friends. Cooper's able to do that, pick him up.
Cooper playing first base for the injured Tristan Casas. He's going to be out for a while. And that one stayed low on Christian Vasquez, who won a world championship with the Red Sox. As I mentioned, traded to Houston in 2022.
This delivery right here. Take a look at the hitter's view on this one. He's stepping right at you as a right-handed hitter. He starts closed. He's showing you his back. He's hiding that baseball. That look right there. Good luck picking it up. And then to be able to dot up the outside corner like that. It's a tough combination against a righty. We saw it Hulk last night. We saw lefty Bernardino. Also a little funkiness to his delivery. So they're not going to overwhelm you necessarily with velocity. They're relying more on command, movement. A little late movement with some location. It's very hard for hitters to really square anything up, and they've really improved on the pitching side. He's stepping right at you with that front foot, and you just got to remind yourself, keep that front side in, whether it's front shoulder, front hip. Just tell yourself, I got to hang in a little bit longer against a guy like this.
Still 2-2 on Vasquez. It's a bullpen that entering this series. Now, some of this has been because of necessity with injuries to Brian Bayo and Nick Pivetta, that has thrown quite a few innings, the fifth most innings of any bullpen in baseball for Alex Cora and this Red Sox team. But to their credit, they have posted the lowest walk rate of any bullpen in the game. So not too many walks issued by this Red Sox bullpen through the first month. Line to the right side. That's right at Cooper. Positioned perfectly for out number 2. Twins fans decide the fate of the galaxy at Star Wars night here on May 24th. Choose whether you will bring balance to the Force or join the dark side. With the first 5,000 fans here at the ballpark receiving a Star Wars reversible bucket hat, plus a special ticket package is available that includes a dark or light side button-up shirt. More information can be found at twins.com/Star Wars. And Morty, for that I say, may the 4th be with you and them.
Yeah, happy Star Wars Day to you. Celebrate it in about 20 days.
As Martin took that one just low, Twins got a call there. So Martin in the 8th spot today in the lineup. Rejoined the team yesterday with Byron Buxton put on the injured list with right knee inflammation.
It's a good take there. A guy like this kind of speeds you up with his fastball because it's got some run to it. It's going to run under your hands as a right-handed hitter. So the tendency is to kind of fly that front side and try and create some space to get your barrel to it. Otherwise, you end up with a lot of contact like that where you're pounding it into the ground off your front foot or weakly hit to third base. And once he gets you to do that, he's kind of got you set up for that sweeper to get you out front. So it really is the art of pitching, trying to disrupt that timing of the hitter. And he had him set up for it. He just didn't execute it. Now what's he want to throw him here? What's he comfortable throwing with Julian on deck? A power threat, not your typical hitter in the 9-hole. Go right at him right here.
Full count to Martin, and the 3-2 struck him out at 94. Good pitch on the outside corner. Lead to the San Diego Padres. We take a look at this trade brought to you by Health Partners and our Health Partners Sports Update. 4 minor league players go back to Miami, and the 2-time batting champion now is in San Diego. Your reaction to that trade that was rumored last night but now official?
Well, anytime you go from a situation that wasn't looking very upbeat in Miami to an opportunity to chase down a division and get the playoffs, it's a positive for the player. You trade some minor league assets going the other way. Martorella was actually running the bases in the game in Double-A, found out he was traded. And Wusako, the brother-in-law of Giants center fielder Bay, so some interesting information on that as well. But yeah, I think it's a positive for Louis. Somewhat surprising to see him traded a couple times already with how productive he's been at the plate, but that's a team with a need, filling that need and then Miami maybe a little salary relief and also loading up some prospects as well.
Lopez off the mark that entire sequence, and walks rather, one of the fastest guys in the game, and Jarren Duran, a 4-pitch walk to begin the Red Sox third. Devers coming up, but first this word from Blaze Credit Union.
Dan Stoltz here with Tony Oliva. You're a Hall of Famer. You blazed a trail, and that's what we want to do at Blaze Credit Union.
100%. Blaze is Minnesota. Go Blaze!
First walk issued by Lopez. He only has walked 8 men all year. And now Devers, who bounced out his first time to Carlos Santana. Duran among the American League leaders with 9 stolen bases. Stays put, and Lopez ahead with strike 1.
That's a good sign there. Only 4 of 10 first pitch strikes before this at bat, so he was falling behind in the count, and the hitters are able to shrink that strike zone a little bit, and that's run the pitch count up. It's hard as a base runner when you have a guy like Devers who has power. When do you go? You don't want to run the risk of getting thrown out with a guy who can put the ball in the seats with any swing he takes, so you can turn a 2-run home run into 1-run, do a solo shot if you get thrown out stealing here. So you got to really pick your spots and hope that you're going to be safe once you go. So obviously he's done his homework on Lopez and Vasquez, and he has all the information he needs. Now we just got to find the right pitch to run on, and like I said, less likely to take a chance with a guy like this in the batter's box.
Lopez has thrown only 1 strike this inning, 7 pitches so far. Sharply hit. Santana will go second for 1. Correa's going to set, fire back to first, and a great double play turned by the Twins. A rocket off the bat of Devers, but 2 veterans combined there, Santana, Correa, and there are 2 down. Beautiful double play. Let's take a look at this from our T-Mobile coverage cam.
The most important thing he did here was get the lead runner. You have Duran with speed, so you take the force play at second, and then you get Devers at first. A lot of first basemen will panic here, pick up that ball and just step on first base, and then attempt the tag play at second. With a guy with Duran's speed, you're going to have no chance of turning a double play or even getting Duran out, and he'd be standing at second in scoring position. Just a tremendous play right there on a ball hit really hard off the bat. The experience of Santana, staying calm in that moment, understanding the situation, and making a great play.
Strike 1 to O'Neill, doubled and scored back in the first. Did not get that call there.
105 off the bat. Watch this. So a lot of guys have picked that up, run over to first, and then try and make some crazy off balance throw to second. And you don't get the lead guy, you don't get the double play, you have a fast runner in scoring position. There's a lot of things that lead to that. So perfectly played by Santana.
Now Correa too, Morty, is so tall that for Santana, even with Duran bearing down at second base, he's going to give you a good high target, right?
Yeah, he knew that he didn't really have an angle, and Santana threw that high to avoid hitting Duran in the back with that throw. And it helps to have a guy who's about 6'4" standing out there short. It's a great play on both sides of that one.
1-2 count to O'Neill in a 1-1 game. O'Neill came in leading the American League in slugging, added to that with his first inning double. Struck him out at 95, so Lopez sees the minimum.
Santana not falling for that one, but made a good high toss to avoid hitting Duran in the back. There's also times you're wondering, okay, why are you looking back as a runner? Well, sometimes a hard hit ball like that first baseman will step on the bag, and then you'll kind of shut it down so you don't run into a tag and actually get in a rundown or try and make your way back to first. Never really seen that work out too often, but guys will try and do that. But part of the key of that is once you get the ball, get rid of it quickly. As a first baseman, you try and get that ball out of your hand, and then that runner isn't as close to second base to get in the way of that shortstop.
1-1 strike, and Eddie Julian, weakly hit right side, skips the mound. Hamilton will charge and flip it in time, with Julian losing his helmet along the way. So 1 out. That's 4 up, 4 down for Greg Weissert. And now the top of the order, and Ryan Jeffers came up with a key hit last night Twins part of a 4-run 7th inning. Jeffers drove in 2 and opened up. It was a 1-0 lead into a 5-0 advantage at that point. Jeffers leads the Twins in RBI with 21. In fact, he's top 10 in the American League in that category. 8th in RBI, 4th in OPS. Over 930 for the former second-round pick.
Yeah, keeps this up. We're looking at a first-time All-Star right here. I think he's first in slugging among catchers. He's doing a lot of great things with that bat. Also handled himself very well behind the plate.
Chopped. Angel. Foul. Okay.
Ball hit off the fist, and Jeffers is saying, yep, that ball was foul.
One and 2 on Jeffers. With Miranda on deck. And Jeffers strikes out. Second strikeout from Weiser. 2 down.
It's interesting. His fastball is where he's ending these at-bats. If he's trying to elevate or if he's actually trying to go away, but he's getting them on that outside corner. His right-hand hitter's inside conscious to that sinker. He's got that good sweeper. It's looking pretty good so far.
Miranda hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. Like he broke his bat to shallow left center field. Duran coming on. That's going to land between 3 Red Sox defenders. And Miranda will dive back into first base and hold with a single.
Well, Duran, I think, broke back. It was a full swing. And you can't hear that sound of the broken bat until it's probably too late. But just falls in a perfect spot. And you're hot like the way Miranda is. Those balls seem to fall for you. He also had a great turn at first base. Recognizing that the middle infielder's vacated. Watch him. He's looking. He's paying attention. This is his call. Am I going to go? Am I going to go? And Weiser, the pitcher, did a great job of getting himself in the right spot, covering second base, and causing Miranda to scamper back.
So Miranda's out for the second time, and now time taken here, but no official timeout. So now everybody resets. So Castro now with a career best 10-game hitting streak. Rocco Baldelli, Twins dugout, asking, was that any one specific timeout called? And the answer is no. Let's reset the timer and we move on.
And then asking about the timer, causing the timer to reset again.
18 seconds. That timer resets with a runner on base. Down from 20 seconds a year ago. Castro now from the left side for the first time today. And 1 ball, 1 strike count. Red Sox have a lefty warming up in their bullpen. It's Cam Boozer.
Yeah, the only other lefty down there, that Bernardino, who we saw start this game today. Typically in the bullpen, they typically have 2 lefties down there, but they go to that early. Then Rocco, you only see righty relievers. You've got options because you've got Kirilloff and you got Larnach on the bench. So they use up that lefty. Second half of this game, those left-handed hitters will be ready to pinch hit if there's an opportunity. You know you're going to get that righty-lefty matchup. So asking Rocco about this before the game. Do you have fun managing with an opener? And he said, I don't think anyone really looks forward to it. You just know there's going to be a lot of moving parts as the game goes along, trying to get your matchups that you like.
And at some point, there's going to be some semblance of a bulk guy coming in, 2 or 3 innings. Now, the Twins have an idea who that could be, but he may not even factor in. Miranda takes off and runs as Castro sends it foul. He had 2 strikes, so he had to swing, but Miranda had that one stolen.
Yeah, he had not even a walking lead, a running lead here. He probably had 3 steps before this ball was delivered. And unfortunately, really couldn't take it, as you said. Miranda does have 1 stolen base on the year. So doing your homework there. That's the help of Hank Conger, the first base coach, as well, getting in his ear.
Miranda stays. The 1-2. Castro strikes out on a changeup. And that ends the Twins' third. They leave one still tied 1-1 after 3. Abreu RBI single capping off a 10-pitch at bat. The Twins got a run back. Correa with an RBI ground out that scored Jose Miranda. 1-1 then 1-1 now as we start the fourth, and Abreu again leads off. Change up off the end of the bat.
Well, he figured it worked the last time he was up there, hit it off the cap and rolled it out there 76 miles an hour through the shortstop, drove in a run, almost identical exit velocity to the ball Julian hit through the left side for Twins' first run last night.
And it's 0-2. Abreu is only 24 years old, Venezuelan born. He's got a Venezuelan on the mound and Pablo, a Venezuelan at the plate. Debuted last year. Abreu did 28 games and performed well. Now, spring training, it was a struggle, but this guy's roster spot seemed to be pretty set. And a good decision because regular season, this guy came out performing like he did late last year. And Pablo got it this time on 3 pitches. Third strikeout for Lopez. One down here in the fourth.
Well, able to get swing and miss on the fastball. See the target from Vosky up at the top of the zone. He's able to hit that spot right at the top of the box. They have been attacking him with fastballs. In a league that hits fastballs better than anything else, Pablo's done a nice job of using that pitch effectively.
Now fooled there, Connor Wong on a curveball. I'm curious if Lopez is going to try and work his sweeper back in against righties, because really since the first inning it hasn't been as sharp to righties. So that was a curveball there as he tried to bring the sweeper back as Vasquez sets up away, showing bunt, and it was a more competitive sweeper, and Wong is now down 0-2. Wong single to center, his first time up.
I wonder if he's just having a harder time landing it. It's a pitch maybe a little more comfortable to lefties. I can start this ball on the inside corner and try and get it to his back foot. Just doesn't have that same visual with the righties right now where he feels comfortable. He's got a spot where he can start it and trust where it's going to end up.
The third and foul. There's that curveball again. And Lopez now over 60 pitches. He's thrown more four-seam fastballs than anything else so far today. More sweepers than changeups. Smith on deck. Connor Wong, 27 years old. Did he hold up? He did.
He's used that pitch effectively. Top of the zone. Had him thinking about it. He shows you that, though. A good time to throw that sweeper here or that curveball, get him out front. Just didn't hit that spot. Yeah, against righties this year, he's only thrown that curveball a little over 6% of the time, but he's gone to it a little more consistently throughout this outing. I wonder how much the weather impacts his feel on the baseball, how he feels throwing different pitches.
Struck him out. There was a sweeper in the zone, and Wong is out number 2. That is 3 straight punch outs now for Lopez going back to the third inning.
Yeah, he had to throw it for a strike. I'm not sure he wanted to throw it exactly there, but he got away with it. Strikeout's a strikeout.
So 2 down, and now Smith, who bounced out to Miranda in the first inning. Smith now 1 for 9 with his new team, as we have some sunshine emerging from the overcast skies above. Some rain this morning in the Metro, but this game began right on time.
Good crowd for the day game. I'm sure they're going to appreciate that sun coming out. Well, buzz in the ballpark, buzz around this team. So that's what happens when you win 11 in a row and you got Pablo Day.
The inaugural. See those fans down the right field line, section 101 today. Line to right center field towards the gap and down, a base hit. Kepler will charge, cut it off as Smith will stop with a 2-out single.
Got him a changeup, actually well located. Sometimes you just got to give the hitter credit. He went down and got it. Now 3 for 14 in his career off of Pablo.
And now Garrett Cooper, acquired from the Cubs in late April. Mentioned that Tristan Casas is out right now. He would be playing first base for the Red Sox. Boston also missing its starting shortstop Trevor Story, lost for the season. A shoulder injury will keep him out the rest of 2024. And to their credit, though, still playing above 500 baseball, and largely thanks to the pitching. Lowest ERA in baseball entering play over the weekend. As starting pitching ERA. But the Twins beat a good one last night in Houck. All tied early today. Weekly to third, Miranda has time and a good throw to retire Cooper to end the inning. MLB ballpark app and do so today. Red Sox have a new pitcher on, left-hander, as the Twins are up here in the 4th inning. And happy birthday to Red Sox lefty Cam Boozer on the mound today, 32 years old.
Solid duster. Lefty. Throwing that cutter sweeper 4-seam. More 4-seam to the righties. He's more cutter sweeper to the lefties. And he will mix all 3 of those pitches. Fastball does get up there in the mid-90s. Able to generate a lot of swing and miss with that.
And Correa right on cue does swing and miss on a breaking ball.
It's incredible to see all 3 of his pitches a whiff rate over 31%. So not like all of a sudden you get to 2 strikes and you're going to see that sweeper every time for his out pitch or his strikeout pitch. He's a good job of mixing all of them. Tough to kind of sit on one pitch with a guy like this.
Long hold, and now the 0-2, and Correa strikes out on a breaking ball.
I don't know if he had fastball in on his mind, but he got out there real quick. And you see him way out front. I don't know if he had thoughts of 95 miles an hour up under his hands, maybe.
Kepler struck out looking. In the first, Max's second at bat. Both have now come against a left-handed arm. That's ball 1 inside. Cam Boozer, his pro career began in the Twins organization. Pitched collegiately at Oregon State, then signed with the Twins in 2013 and reached as high as A-ball. Cedar Rapids also got up to Fort Myers as Kepler hits it hard but foul towards the Pablo section. And that will bounce around and fall back out onto the field.
Yeah, tremendous story. Perseverance.
Well, you're not kidding, because he made his big league debut with the Red Sox this season at the age of 31 years old.
Took some time away from the game. Worked for his dad's company in Washington. And all of a sudden found out that he could throw without pain again and worked his way back to the big leagues.
Kepler sends one high and deep to right center field. Back it goes and gone. Number 2 for Kepler. And the Twins take a 2-1 lead here in the 4th inning.
Yes, no doubter. He knew it off the bat. Looking in the dugout halfway up the line. Pablo Day fans love it. Kept smiling. A left on left homer. Got himself a cutter right down the middle, and he did not miss it. Look back at your friends on the way up. Told you I was going to do that.
So the Twins have their first lead today.
Oh, scoring change in that play in the bottom of the first. Wild pitch changed to a pass ball is now an unearned run. We figured that was going to happen at some point, so those who keep it score at home, there you go. Do you think anybody's keeping score at home?
Yes, okay. I'm sure many do. Santana bounced out his first time. Kepler, his second. Twins have a 1-run lead here in the 4th. Santana sends it to right center field. Duran over to his left, but the right fielder is Abreu making the play. And that's out number 2. Let's go back to this Kepler swing morning a moment ago.
Well, you see him gather, you see the head still, you see the concentration all the way down the barrel at contact. When he's on time, ball sounds a little different coming off his bat. A little cooler day. I don't think that ball got out of here as far as he maybe anticipated it. A high right field wall, but definitely got enough of it to get out of here.
And now Vasquez with the strike. So Kepler now 155 career home runs. Also that RBI gives him 477 career RBI. And he's now passed Jock Jones for 14th all time in Twins history in terms of runs batted in. Vasquez lofts it to shallow right center. Abreu will make the play, and that's how the 4th ends. But the Twins have the lead. Kepler goes. Pablo Lopez is pitching with the lead. Let's go in the driver's seat, brought to you by Hyundai. Look at the numbers for Lopez today. 4 strikeouts, 14 whiffs already. Pitch count was high early morning. It's come back around a little bit after a 25-pitch first inning.
Yeah, it started with 1 of 6 first pitch strikes. Now he's thrown the last 6 batters first pitch strikes in a row, so 6 of 6. That's really where the pitch count has improved. He's got it back under control and should be able to hopefully pitch a little deeper into this game.
As Hamilton takes high for a ball.
Can't blame that one on the announcer.
Showing Bud pulling it back, and that one crossed up Vasquez. It looked like there a little bit.
Yeah, he was just trying to jump out there with Miranda off the line. Vasquez trying to run down that bunt had he got it down.
And missing away.
Real close, but not there.
Batters 8, 9, and 1 for the Red Sox. Rafaela is on deck. To shallow center field. Martin racing in, won't get it, and that will land softly. So Hamilton, he's got wheels. A leadoff single here in the Red Sox 5th inning.
Hitters on both sides just getting it off the good part of the bat enough to see some of these balls fall in. Yeah, 2 stolen bases for Hamilton. Hasn't been caught stealing yet. Wouldn't be surprised to see them trying to get some action going right here.
Rafaela does swing early. Doesn't bite here. Ball 1. Rafaela, interesting story. He's 23 years old from Curacao. His full name, Cedon Chipper Nicasio Marte Rafaela. His mom grew up a huge Braves fan. Remember Andrew Jones from Curacao? So his mom was a huge Braves fan growing up. As Hamilton runs, swing and a miss, throw to second base is going to be not in time as it kicked away from Julian. And Hamilton swipes his third base. So Cedon Chipper Nicasio Marte Rafaela. And sure enough, the Chipper as part of Cedon's name is a shout out to Chipper Jones because of his mom's fandom rooting on the Braves.
It's good to have a Hall of Famer in your name.
Now, Cedon, he said he grew up a big Red Sox fan. And he loved Manny Ramirez. He loved Dustin Pedroia. The everyday shortstop in the absence now of Trevor Story. As Lopez will spin back and look Hamilton back to second. Now 2-2.
We got Vasquez pretty good there. I'll walk it off. Nice move by Lance Barksdale going out, flipping that ball to Lopez, and then taking a little time. Yeah, that squared him up. Lance making sure that plate's extra clean, making sure Vasquez's ready. There's a lot of respect between those two guys. You work together with that home plate umpire. Good rapport. You communicate where you got that one. Let me know if you need a little time. You see the catchers do it for the umpires from time to time as well.
2-2, struck him out at 96. Got a piece of it. Vasquez hung on to it. 5th strikeout for Lopez.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure he got that ball above the zone and didn't get it up there. But when it's 96, you can still miss bats in the zone. It's hard to get away with that in the lower 90s.
Vasquez today behind the plate, his 17th start. Ryan Jeffers has started 15 behind the plate. And now Duran to the right side, and Julian will throw him out as Hamilton makes 3rd. So Devers coming up, tying run 90 feet away. But first, this word from the Minnesota Lottery.
Play the Minnesota Lottery, because anything can happen when you say, I'm in.
Rafael Devers 0 for 2 today, hit into a double play his last time up. And he's been hot, riding a 9-game hitting streak. Tying run at 3rd. He was thinking big with that cut on a breaking ball that came back inside. So there's that sweeper again. And would you say as the start has moved along, it has been better against lefties than righties?
Yeah, seems like he's got a little better feel for it. I wonder if Devers was going up there hunting for it, because we saw in his first at bat he took that kind of awkward swing and went off the plate, looked out at Pablo, a longer glance than usual.
Just missed there. Devers was on base 3 times last night. 2 doubles, a walk. He drove in the only 2 Boston runs. Strike 2, got the call on the inside corner. What about a high fastball? Climb the ladder here with 96, maybe 97 here.
You've got options now that you're in control of this count. You can also try and throw the sweeper off the same spot, but Devers still not happy about that previous pitch. He had an argument that ball was inside. Just trying to make sure he's taking his time and resetting. Still barking about it, so you got a chance to get him to chase if you throw something up above the zone. He's fired up. He's going to be swinging from his heels here.
Now the 1-2 inside and down into push-up position. Devers goes on a breaking ball that Vasquez was able to glove and keep Hamilton at 3rd base.
Well, the matrix on him, got out of the way right there.
2-2 on Devers. 2 down. Tying run at 3rd. He struck him out at 96. Down goes the helmet. Down goes the bat as Pablo leaves the mound on Pablo Day. Another K for Lopez. Hamilton stranded. Twins maintain the 1-run lead, seeking their 12th consecutive win. Austin Martin leads off. Still Boozer on the mound for the Red Sox. 3rd Boston pitcher today. Bernardino went 1, Weiser 2. This is the 2nd inning now for Boozer. In between his baseball career as a carpenter, trying to put things together, and like you said, a credit to this guy for never giving up. And today, turning 32 years old, is pitching at Target Field against the organization that first gave him a shot in his pro career. Sure,
he envisioned one day pitching in Target Field. Sure, at the start of that journey that he pictured it would be in a Red Sox uniform against the Twins, but appreciate every day in the big leagues, and getting to celebrate your birthday in the big leagues is a big deal.
Justin Slayton, he's been a weapon for the Red Sox. He's warming up. Martin to left center field. That ball will drop, a base hit.
I think that's about the 5th ball we've seen hit out there somewhere in the mid-70s in a perfect spot that these hitters love watching fall. Off the end of the bat, just a hair. You can tell by the sound. There it is right there. I don't know if he broke it or not, but it wasn't solid contact. But a hit is a hit is a hit. You'll take that every day of the week.
First time the Twins have put the leadoff man on today. And now Eddie Julian. Strike one. Julian bounced out to the second baseman Hamilton, is only at bat. That came in the 3rd inning. And could not hold back, and it's 0-2. Julian's had more opportunity this season against left-handed pitching. And batting just shy of 280 in terms of average against lefties. I forgot that only had 1 extra base hit, 1 all year long last year against the left-handed arm. And Julian this year is a home run. He's got a double. Sunshine now at the ballpark. Jeffers on deck. 1-2 fouled back.
Yeah, you wonder, part of those opportunities, Royce Lewis getting hurt on opening day. So some of those platoons that you maybe had in mind, guys are now in the lineup, so less mix and matching happening. So unfortunate for Royce. Also, when you see stuff like that, it sometimes creates an opportunity for someone else. Julian's been asking for these left-on-left at-bats. And I do think the more looks you get at him, the development still has to happen at the big league level. And you're facing the best lefties. It is going to be tough. I think eventually, an opportunity, if you're a good hitter like he is, you figure it out.
Struck him out at 95. So Julian is out number 1, and the second strikeout for Boozer. It's going down for real on Friday, June 14th, when Flo Rida performs right here at Target Field. Buy a ticket to the game and stay after to watch Flo Rida take the stage. Upgrade your experience with a VIP ticket package to get a field pass for the concert. Get your tickets before they run out at twins.com/Flo Rida. So Boozer will leave. The righty Slayton will come in. Top of the order coming up for the Twins, who lead by 1 in a moment. His ranks among his peers in the game. OPS, slugging, extra base hits, WRC plus that we talked about earlier, 69% better than league average. That's how good this guy has been. He'll bat with a man on, 1 out, with the Twins leading 2-1, bottom 5. Pops this one up to the right side. Hamilton makes the play, so Justin Slayton comes in, throws 1 pitch, and Jeffers is out number 2. Morning, tell us a bit more about the rookie.
Oh, fastball is going to be in the mid to upper 90s. Cutter over the sweeper, over the fastball, and then occasional curveball. Last pitch on the 30th against the Giants. It would be a 1 inning at a time guy, and that's the arsenal there. Like 6'4" righty. He's got power arm, as most relievers do in today's game.
He's almost the exception with this Red Sox team right now, because we haven't seen much velocity from this Boston team last night into today, but Slayton is the exception.
See if Martin goes here.
Slayton wondering the same thing, and Martin dives back in. 2 down, right? Miranda batting, why not, right? What's the harm here?
Yeah, he looked, as hitters look hitterish, he looked runnerish there.
I like it.
Like he wanted to go. He's got a good lead.
He's stolen 2 bases, 1 shy of the team lead. Castro has that. And a 2-0 count to Miranda, who's been on twice today.
Just doesn't want to be tied with Christian Vasquez anymore.
Right. Get away from that group. Kyle Farmer, get away from that group.
No offense, Kyle.
No offense.
No, Plouffe mad at you.
No, that's your guy. Martin runs. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second base is on the wrong side of the bag.
Well, he was runnerish. He wanted to go, and he went. Now, as you said, tied for the team lead, but you're right. With 2 outs, she got a breaking ball, a tough pitch to throw on. And did not make a good feed down there. And now he's in scoring position. He can score on a single. So he takes off there. He gets thrown out. You got Miranda in the middle of the order starting off the next inning, but he is safe, and now you have a run scoring opportunity.
Chop to third. Devers will look Martin and now throw across, and that is the inning. Twins get a leadoff single, but leave Martin. Still a 1-run game through 5. His home country, yellow and blue from Venezuela. And hopefully that grows more and more as these home starts for Pablo play out, as he starts the 6th inning with 6 strikeouts, 5 innings, 1 run, and strike 1 on O'Neill. And if you missed the news too, if you buy a ticket to be a part of the Pablo Day experience, a portion of the proceeds from each package sold benefit a trio of local nonprofits selected by Pablo and his wife Kaylee. Children's Minnesota, Project Success, and Rough Start Rescue. So all worthy causes, and that's a wonderful connection from Pablo and his wife to bring that experience to Target Field this season.
And if you're wondering when they go on sale, it's kind of dependent on when the rotation is announced. You know, you get off days in there. Sometimes you'll shuffle up the starting rotation to give guys extra days off or keep guys on regular rest.
O'Neill strikes out on a breaking ball. Strikeouts piling up for Lopez, really 2nd, now 3rd time through this Red Sox lineup. That's 7 for Lopez today, 1 down.
Yeah, this one, the curveball that he's gone to more often in this outing. Good downward movement on that, had him fooled.
3rd at bat for Willier Abreu. Had a 10-pitch at bat, RBI single in the 1st, had a 3-pitch at bat, struck out in the 4th. And now there's a sweeper in for a strike.
Well, 91st pitch. We'll get Alcala up in the pen. I'm guessing Lopez wants to finish off this inning himself. There's Alcala back with the big league club after a good start to the season.
Brought back yesterday. Season high pitches thrown for Lopez in a start is 98. And that was in Detroit on April 12th. It's the 25-pitch first inning. And he calmed things down after that.
Yeah, we talked about last night's ball game. Red Sox 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, were unable to score in the 1st. Even though they scored 1 in the 1st today, they stranded 2 runners. So back-to-back games where they had an opportunity to really take control of this game. Twins pitchers last night, Paddock, and today Lopez, finding a way to get through it and keeping their team there. So you don't want to be lamenting too many days in a row missed opportunities against a team that's as hot as the Twins are. Pitching giving you a chance, and then we've seen this offense come to life late in ball games better than anyone across the game.
Struck him out, 94 on a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lopez. Now 8 today, matching a season high.
They always say you got to get the good ones early before they settle in and figure out what they have working that day. Well, he's really started to figure it out over the last 9 batters he's faced.
All swinging today. Inside to Connor Wong, who has a base hit and a strikeout today. 95 on pitch number 98. This next one will set a new season high. Pitches thrown. And a start from Lopez. To short. Correa off his body, picks it up, fires in time with that strong arm, and Lopez is through 6 on Pablo Day. He is likely done in this series. 12 innings, 1 earned run.
Both guys being able to control the damage early and set the tone and give your offense a chance. Pablo started 1 for 6 first pitch strikes and then finished 13 of 17 to the last 17 he faced, and really found another gear, got dialed in, found what was working that day, and worked really well with Vasquez. See if the boys can get some add-on runs here.
And Castro chops that cutter foul from Justin Slayton, who picked up 2 outs in the 5th and now begins the 6th.
What a difference having Duran back. You can manage, you got to manage up to the 8th. Now we're not sure his availability today, back-to-back days this quickly after coming off the injured list, but your starter gets you through 6, and then you almost just kind of have to think about piecing together those 6 outs as the bridge to get to the closer, the guy we saw hit 103 miles an hour last night. So just having that closer down there, having that guy that you can count on to finish off games, I think is going to make Rocco's life a little bit easier, even with Brock Stewart going on the injured list yesterday. So I think there's some things that are very important to a team. I think stability at the back end is one of those. Having a closer that you can count on just shortens the game and then makes everyone else's job that much more obvious and much more comfortable as well.
Castro up the middle. Hamilton missed it into right center field. It travels, and Willie will turn and hang on with a leadoff single. Hamilton, the second baseman, playing more to pull. That one went up the middle, and Hamilton went after it, missed it, and Castro is on for the second time today.
I love the way the guys have run the bases. This ball hit softly into center, but Willie's thinking 2. Once he sees this thing get through, he's on his own. He's thinking, I'm going 2 here. I'm taking a big turn. And he forces Duran to come up and charge that ball in center field and then make a hard throw to second base. So you put pressure on those outfielders, and if you do that consistently enough, every once in a while you get them to peak and a ball will go into their glove.
Kicks away, and Wong with no play. So Castro alertly was anticipating something in the dirt. He kicked away from Wong, and Castro now advances into scoring position.
This one will go down as a wild pitch. Nice anticipation by Castro right there. Just always being ready to take that next base.
Correa sends it foul. Correa with an RBI today. That came on a first inning ground out. He struck out in the 4th. 1 for 6 so far in this series. In the dirt again. Castro will try the throw. There is not in time, as it kicks away from Devers, but Rafaela backing up. So another pitch in the dirt that Wong could not corral, and now Castro is at third with nobody out.
This is a little tougher read as a base runner when that ball kicks towards third. It's hard to tell the depth, and it's a shorter throw for the catcher. Willie just running aggressively. I don't think a good throw would have had him. You mentioned it. Nice backup by Rafaela being in the right spot. And Red Sox will bring the infield in now.
The faster Twins. 2-1 count. To Correa, nobody out. A swing and a drive, left center field and deep. Jarren Duran going back at the track and right near the wall makes the catch. As Castro will tag and score. Correa's second RBI today, and the Twins have a 2-run lead.
I think he's shocked that this ball didn't get out of here. He got the job done, but it was 105 off the bat. Just the deepest part of that left center field gap. Back-to-back wild pitches. Turned into what looked like it may have been a home run. His reaction will kind of tell you everything right here. He wanted it, but you know what? He got the job done. He got that run in, and Twins are able to increase their lead.
Now a 2-run lead as Kepler takes inside.
Just a little cooler today, a little bit of a breeze. I think midsummer that thing's about 15 feet into the bullpen.
Max a home run today. Sharply hit, base hit left field past a lunging Devers. So Kepler goes the other way. And the Twins have their second hit of the inning.
That's a good sign right there. Following up a homer with a hard hit ball the other way. Sticking to your plan, but also understanding that he's seeing it well. Just going up there, not letting the home run impact the next at bat. You know, you hit a home run, sometimes you think, I'm going to try and do that again. I'm going to see if I can hit another one. And you start getting a little bit long. You start chasing some pitches, but right there, he got a pitch in the heart of the plate. Didn't try and do too much with it. Was able to get the barrel to it. Just keep the line moving.
It's Andrew Bailey, pitching coach, in his first season out for a mound visit. Kepler's on again. Slayton, who came in with a sub-1 ERA. Twins have one in, one out, only one out. Carlos Santana's 0 for 2 today. Santana on 96.
It's a healthy cut right there. Like he had thoughts of doing what Kepler did. We didn't see that many confident swings like that early in the year when he was kind of battling to find it.
This one to left, slicing foul, long run for Devers, and he won't get there. As a hitter after a mound visit, a team has some momentum going and a pitching coach would come out and you're up next. Would you try to guess along there and say, okay, some action here, some momentum about what pitch may be coming next following a mound meeting?
I mean, I overthought everything. I tried not to overthink that. There's some people that had a theory that always look off speed after the pitching coach goes out there, but it was more to the situation and trying to stick to my plan and then what that guy's trying to do. I think having spent a little time as a catcher in the minor leagues and growing up as a catcher, mound visit, yes, is what do we want to throw him, but a lot of times it's to slow that guy down to kind of get himself out of his own head and just try and get him dialed back in on what he wants to do. So trying to anticipate what he's going to do sometimes can be challenging. So try and just go up there with that plan and say, all right, this is what I'm looking for. If he throws it, I'm going to be aggressive to it. Try not to let too many external things get in the way of your at bat. You ask 100 other hitters, they'll all tell you something different.
Kepler at first, one out, 1 and 2 on Santana. Check swing. Did he go? He did not on a low curveball. Saw Chase Anderson warming up in the Boston bullpen. Alcala still up for the Twins. That time it looked like he did go, and he did. That's the right call there from Neil Jimenez. Santana held up the first time, not that one. 2 down. Now the Twins, winners of 11 straight, looking to make it 12 in a row. If they would, it'd be the first time 12 straight wins since the 91 team ended up winning 15. The 80 team had a 12-game winning streak as well. Pretty impressive. Vasquez to left down the line, but turning foul.
I remember the one in 06. I was on the team in 03, but I don't remember much about it. I don't think I had really a whole lot to do with it. That was my rookie year, September. Twins were in the process of making the playoffs for the second consecutive year, coming off an ALCS appearance the year before. There's a whole lot of playing time for that young kid who wore number 27 at the time.
And then 33 found its way into your locker, and an MVP season followed just a couple of years later, but that time period began just a wonderful, memorable winning decade of Twins baseball.
A lot of great teams, a lot of closeness between those guys. We had a lot of fun. Fortunately, never won the World Series, and knocking on the door to got into the playoffs, and thankful for that team last year to break that streak we had going, and now hopefully this is the group that takes the next step.
Vasquez held back at a 3-1 count. Slayton is approaching 30 pitches here. Austin Martin hoping for a chance if Vasquez can prolong the inning. Kepler stays 3-1, 3-2. So Vasquez now will take his time out. So Kepler will be off with 2 down, 3-2 count. Line drive, left field, base hit. Kepler stops at second base, so Vasquez pulls a base hit to left, and the Twins have 2 on. And Austin Martin coming up. Do we see Alex Cora? Does Slayton get one more man here?
He's waiting to see if Kirilloff is being announced. And now he is. Alex Cora paying attention.
Did Kepler have a chance to get to third base there as he was running? 3-2.
Thought he did. Hard hit ball. O'Neill left, 2 outs. Not wanting to run into an out there. Plays in front of him, and not sure if that knee still bothering him from when he was on the injured list earlier in the year. But still in scoring position at second base. Yeah, the worst thing you can do in that situation is run to an out.
So Kepler at second, Vasquez at first. 1 in, 2 on, 2 out, and Kirilloff hitting for Austin Martin. On the ground weakly to first, and Cooper will feed his teammate. And Slayton steps on the bag to end the inning. Twins at 1, now lead by 2 after 6. Began late on the road trip, and now they've added a Polaroid camera to the fun as well. Jorge Alcala out of the bullpen is back on the active roster, throwing well. Strike 1 on Dominic Smith.
And not used to taking those selfies without seeing people in the background. They'll figure that Polaroid out. Good to see Alcala back. Started off the year very well, bouncing back from a lot of injuries over the last couple of years. He sent down to St. Paul to get a fresh arm up here. Good to see him back.
Yeah, his performance, nothing to do with his performance, rather, that forced him off the roster. It was just a roster crunch at the time, as Manuel Margot takes over in left, moving Willie Castro to center, so Kirilloff does not stay in the game after hitting for Austin Martin. 1-2 count on Smith, who's 1 for 2 today.
Talk about good problems to have when you win this many games in a row. Thankfully, there was an off day mixed in on Thursday, but when you win this many games in a row, you're leading in a lot of them. Yes, we saw him come back, but you're using a lot of those high leverage bullpen arms to finish off those games. So you need an arm like Alcala to come up. And
Smith, the rocket to right field, trouble towards the seats, and that's going to be in play and off the wall. Kepler plays it well. The throw is going to come into second base, and Smith is going to be tagged out. When it's all said and done, when Kepler's career is over, nobody will ever be better in right field than that guy. He knows this place better than anybody, played that carom perfectly, and Correa caught the throw back in and was waiting for Smith to simply run into his glove.
That hard kick off the wall. He played the angle perfectly, so it came back, so his feet were still in line with second base. And then Correa with the tag, and out by plenty. That's something the Red Sox have to deal with in their home ballpark. To left field, are there some balls you hit 300 and whatever feet that end up being singles? This one of those balls in this ballpark. Husky took another one there. Lance Barksdale giving him some time again. Yeah, that was tremendous, but it was all set up by the footwork. Getting himself in a position to make a good throw. Well, being a left-handed thrower, getting that angle.
I mean, agreed that, you know, Kepler, he plays right field. Whoever, 10, 15 years, 20 years down the line, does he play better than Max did here at this ballpark?
He set the bar.
Standard.
Yeah, he's set the bar very high. Look at his feet right there, lined up, ready to make that throw, and that's what set that whole play up.
2-1 count to Cooper. Cooper 0 for 2 today. 1 for 12 so far with his new team. No walks here, not with a 2-run lead. And that's something that if you look at Alcala's big league career at times, yes, injury a big part of it, but also when performance had been the issue, too many walks. And he just walked him.
And Cooper has power, but he's been struggling in a Red Sox uniform. Ended up going with that slider and couldn't land it in the strike zone.
Another reminder, Twins fans, to get out and play with the Minnesota Lottery. Say I'm in and scan the QR code for a chance to join the Minnesota Lottery's winner circle and win $50 in scratch tickets. And now Hamilton. 97 caught the inside corner for a strike. The Twins have always loved Alcala's velocity, but his secondary pitches, his breaking balls, can he land those enough in the zone to go with his fastball?
You got to keep the hitter honest, I think, as much as anything. If you're able to eliminate pitches, if you're able to say, all right, he doesn't throw this pitch in the zone, we're just keying on that fastball. Get the hanger if he throws it, but
to right center field. Castro to his left. He'll get there and make the play. 2 down, and now Cedar Rafaela. Rafaela's a guy that, again, a young athletic player, but patience and walks, that's not a part of his game yet. Often swings the first pitch, has some power, a couple of home runs, 17 knocked in, and there is a well-placed slider.
Yeah, I'm not sure he wanted to throw it up and in, but it ended up working out for him. Whatever you can do to get ahead in the count.
That helps too. 98.
Nice to have that in your back pocket. Just beat him in the zone.
Alcala needs one more strike. Cooper at first, 2 down. Cooper, he walked, still at first. His time was taken. We're set. 1-2 on Rafaela. We'll do it again.
I think he might have got away with that one. Starting to get that fastball timed up a little more. You know, throw him another one. Got to be able to climb the ladder here.
Check swing. Did it go? Did not, says Angel Hernandez. Twins dugout not happy as Alcala smiles somewhat sarcastically. So many arms and hands go up in that first base dugout.
Yeah, he went.
He went. The call went against the Twins there. So now a 2-2 count to Rafaela. Loop to shallow right field. Kepler coming on, and this will land in front of him. They'll fire it back in near second. Correa knocks it down to the infield. So after the call went against the Twins, Rafaela dumps one to the shallow right, and the tying run is on. And Jarren Duran is coming up, and Steven Okert is going to come in and see the left-handed hitting Jarren Duran.
Well, he jammed him here. He was able to get some weaker contact. Kepler coming on, kind of in that in-between spot. Should I dive? Should I not dive? And elects to play it on a hop and keep him at first base.
So Alcala is out. Red Sox making noise. Okert in. 2 on, 2 out when we come back. He will not bat. Lefty Steven Okert is in as the Red Sox bring up a new hitter, and this is going to be former Twin Rob Refsnyder batting in place of Duran here in the 7th.
And off to a good start to his season with the bat.
Slider misses inside to Refsnyder.
Okert last pitched on the first in that series in Chicago. Through 1 inning with a strikeout. Fresh arm down there.
So the season numbers for Refsnyder, and the 1-0 pitch, and there's a strike. And that's what Okert has been doing here lately. He has been really pinpointing that backdoor slider to right-handed batters. More sliders than anything else from the lefty Okert. Does it again. There's a check swing, and now he's a strike away.
Yeah, this is what he did last year with Miami. More sliders and fastball, almost 2-to-1. Doing the same thing with the Twins here. It's a good pitch. He's got some uniqueness to his delivery. A lot of movement on that. Hard to square it up.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Refsnyder, and the pitch is a fastball at 93 that came back inside.
Oof. Got away with that one. Husky given the high target. Missed low, but with 2 strikes, he was able to get Refsnyder to foul it off.
2 on, 2 out. Twins by 2. The 1-2 to Refsnyder first to check on the trail runner Rafaela. Now the 1-2. That's outside at 95. I mean, right-handed batters see the same numbers we do. So if you're Refsnyder, or maybe anticipating slider, if so, are you thinking the other way here, right center?
You got to give yourself a chance, but just fighting off the fastball.
2-2, chopped to third and foul.
I think that fastball that he threw in zone, that, you know, sometimes as a hitter, you'll try and take a peek back after you foul a ball off to see where the catcher was set up. But he threw him a fastball in the zone, and that plants enough seed of doubt in the hitter's mind of being able to sit slider. You know, you think you're probably going to get it. You want to give yourself a chance to put the ball in play.
2-2, just missed. With Devers on deck if Refsnyder reaches here.
Just missed. Tried to bring it back to that outside corner.
So now Rafaela at first. The tying run. He'll be off here. Santana, though, holding him on just for now. 2 on, 2 out. The 3-2. He walked him. It will be Devers with the bases loaded. Second walk of the inning from a Twins reliever. Alcala walked Cooper, and now Okert walks Refsnyder.
We'll bring Pete Mackey out of the dugout. The Twins were able to escape the first inning yesterday. Paddock was able to hold them to no runs. Pablo was able to strand the Red Sox first and third in the first inning today. This would be huge if you're able to strand these runners out here with one of the more dangerous left-handed hitters in the game at the plate.
And Devers against left-handed pitching. Still slugging. Or rather, in terms of batting average, yeah, he's over 290. Slugging numbers against lefties are down in terms of where he's at on the other side, but still Tough out. 0 for 3 today. 3 on, 2 out. 7th inning. Ball 1. Check swing, did not go. Ball 2. As Devers grabs his heart there, did you see that? He's got it, taps his chest. He was breathing heavy here.
That one he held up. Twins didn't get the call on the one earlier. Now what do you throw?
Boy, big spot right now. 2-0. Slider.
You got to go to your best pitch against a guy like this. Something you trust.
Lefty on left. Okert is 76% slider.
He was able to land that. I think he's taken that all day after that 2-0 slider. Now do you go back to it 3-1? You showed him the one that looks like a strike 2-0. Just never sit on it and expect to get one with the next 2 pitches.
Strike 2, slider.
So with a guy that throws this many sliders, it's tough to convince yourself to sit off speed in a 3-1 count. But he showed you one 2-0, and if you play the game of if he throws me a slider or 2 pitches in the next 3-1, 3-2, one of them's probably going to be a slider. So do you give yourself a chance to hit that? That's where you get stuck as a hitter sometimes.
Okert ready, and the 3-2. He struck him out swinging. Went off speed, and Devers helped him out by chasing. The Red Sox loaded him up. Okert gets his man. Down goes Devers. Alcala pumped in that dugout.
The season high, also a season high 99 pitches. Offense has been able to do just enough. Correa's driven in 2, 1 on a ground out, 1 on a deep sacrifice fly. Let's see if the offense can add on here against a new pitcher, Chase Anderson. Numbers not great on the year. They're going to ask him to come in and probably hope to finish this thing off, but feature that cutter, changeup, 4-seam, sweeper, sinker. Trying to keep you off balance, trying to keep it off the good part of the bat.
Yeah, this is a guy, too, Morty, in terms of how the Twins were trying to piece together what the Red Sox may do in terms of pitching plans today. This was a guy that the Twins thought was going to factor in at some point today, but they weren't sure. Would it be early, maybe a bulk guy in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th inning, or would it be rather late? And so now Anderson is on here with the Twins up by 2, and Julian is on with a 4-pitch walk to begin the 7th.
Yeah, the 5th Red Sox pitcher, so getting a little bit deeper into that bullpen. The Twins having the lead. I think they're hoping he can hold it right here. Not a good start walking the leadoff guy, Julian.
Now Ryan Jeffers steps in and takes a strike. Juan Duran getting loose. Red Sox have 3, 4, and 5 coming up in the 8th. Now this is where the Twins have turned it on here. 7th inning or later. It's been a common sight during this 11-game winning streak in particular. Jeffers sends it foul. This one coming down right towards us and will land underneath.
I'm good. First step quickness right there. You were all over that.
Oh, man. Hang out. Timeout.
Pulled hammy.
Whew. See the Twins offense 7th inning or later since April 22nd. And Jeffers. Check swing. That's a foul ball. But 47% of the Twins runs overall this season, not just during this winning streak, but 47% of the runs from the 7th inning or later.
Well, the game plan is there. The preparation is there. You're facing some high velocity arms. You're facing some guys who are coming at you. And when you're down, you're facing the best the other team has to offer. Doesn't seem to really matter once this game has gone on.
Line to left field, down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. Another extra base hit upcoming here for Ryan Jeffers. Julian makes third base. Jeffers to second, and here we go again.
Seems like he's at the middle of a lot of these run scoring opportunities late as well. Just putting together good at bats and got himself a change up in the heart of the zone. Keeping himself grounded, using the legs, and keeping that ball just fair. Tyler O'Neill does a nice job in left of getting that ball back in quickly.
Infield in, Jose Miranda, as the Twins look to break it open here in the 7th. Yeah, Miranda's had a good day.
I'm sure Rocco would love to not have to go to Duran here to add on.
Alex Cora. And the Red Sox enter this series winning 4 of their last 5. Twins won last night. Twins winning today. And Miranda helped him out there. Chased a cutter. 1-2. Infield in. 2 on. Nobody out. And this is tapped, a fair ball, and Wong will throw out Miranda. So the runners have to hold, so Miranda thrown out. So 1 down as Willie Castro is coming up, and Castro 2 more hits today. A 10-game hitting streak, no extra base hits yet today, but is riding a 3-game extra base streak. But he's number 4 right now. A 10-game hitting streak, the longest from any Twin this season. And 2 more knocks today as Castro waves on a changeup.
A little over aggressive here in these situations. That's one thing we've seen during this streak where Twins hitters have been able to remember that the pressure is on the pitcher. He's got to come to you.
Cue to third. Coming home, Devers makes the throw, and a sliding Julian is tagged out with the contact play on. Julian thrown out as Jeffers goes to third. Castro safe at first. So now it's up to Correa.
Yeah, he's anticipating this ball being put in play. Hit it off the end of the bat with a little side spin. Devers does a nice job of throwing a strike to home plate. You're just trying to put the pressure on the defense there. You're trying to make something happen. We saw it last night. Red Sox unable to get an out on a bunt play, and that ended up being the difference in the ball game. So Red Sox have made the most errors in baseball. It's been a struggle defensively for them.
Connor Wong went out to relay instruction, wondering here about throwing through, with Castro at first base and Jeffers at third. Everybody stays put as Correa takes outside.
Yeah, with a guy who can hit the ball hard in the batter's box. Be surprised to see them throw through. So they've also struggled to throw out base stealers as a group.
Correa's knocked in 2 of the 3 Twins runs today. Twins at second and third, nobody out. They've yet to score this inning, and now first and third, 2 out. Castro runs, and Wong will throw it down to second, and Jeffers held as Castro swipes his team leading 4th base of the season.
Just a jump that good, and Henderson slow to the plate. Surprised you run the risk of throwing that ball into center field. But that was the plan they had on. He wanted to go get him.
Now base hit should score 2 here from Correa. The 1-1, 1-2. Two on, 2 out in a 2-run game. Correa lofts it to left center, shallow. Abreu is there, and that's the innings. The Twins had a chance to break it open, but the Red Sox hanging around. 3-1, 8th inning coming up. 3, 4, and 5 coming up. And Duran, his 3rd appearance all year, but the Twins bullpen minus some key guys for a while. Duran, Thielbar, still no Topa, has been among the best in baseball this season.
Yeah, asking to go back-to-back days. See what he's got in the tank. We saw him hit 102, 103 last night. He came in and pitched to the 4, 5, 6 batters in the order, so O'Neill did not see him last night. Numbers good to start the year. First pitch strikes are important for every pitcher, but especially guys who pitch late in the game, close and late situations. And hard to sit on any one pitch when you're facing Duran.
As O'Neill takes high, O'Neill a double, 2 strikeouts today. And Duran struck out 2 in the 9th inning last night. Abreu and Smith. And Rocco going to his closer now in the 8th inning. We saw Griffin Jax. Does he come into play if Duran gets to the 8th? And the score doesn't change. Do we see Jax perhaps for the 9th? He went 1-2. O'Neill has been among the better hitters in baseball this season. Great pickup from St. Louis. Barreling up the baseball, ton of power, home runs, extra base hits. And Duran just struck him out, 87 on a yacker. 1 down.
Good luck. And you bring him into this 8th inning. If you're wondering at home why you bring your closer in the 8th, well, you're facing the 4, 5, 6 hitter, a guy who's done tons of damage offensively. Able to freeze him on that breaking ball.
And now Abreu, 101 at the knees. Abreu has produced the only Red Sox RBI so far today. That came in the 1st inning with a single. Since then, 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. Twins pitchers today have combined to strike out 10 Red Sox batters. Boston struck out 13 times last night. Look to the right side, and Julian just can't get there. Sounded like a broken bat line drive. Julian went over and just out of reach, and Abreu has a 2-hit day. And the Red Sox again have the tying run coming up.
He absolutely ate him up right here. You see the pieces of bat flying everywhere. Julian was so close to getting that one. 102 in off the plate. That's usually the results you're going to get, is a broken bat and not great contact. Just fortunate for him, it found a hole.
Now Connor Wong, he's got power, 1 for 3 today with a single and a breaking ball for strike 1. 1-2. And again, Vasquez got hit. And Vasquez, he's had a day. Boy, he has been hit many times. And amazingly, you see a little bit of a smirk there. I don't know how these guys do it.
No, thank you. I'll go play first base.
Yeah.
He's taking a beating today.
Yeah, he really has. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Connor Wong. Reminded again the other day about Duran, and strikeouts always stand out, but even on balls in play last year induced a very high ground ball rate, well above league average. It's a ground ball foul.
Well, the curveball's hard. It's so good. The split is good. He's able to induce weak contact. If you put the ball in play on him, really hard to find that good part of the bat. He'd take a ground ball right at Correa right here for a little 6-4-3.
2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 at 100. 2 down.
That works too. See, looking like he wanted to throw there.
Now Dominic Smith, 2 for 3 today, 2 singles. Nearly went deep to right field his last at bat in the 7th inning. Former Met with the Nationals last year. To left field and shallow. Margot coming on. He's there, and Duran puts up a 0 here in the 8th inning.
May not be disseminated without the express written consent of Minnesota Twins LLC.
Bottom 8, Twins on top, 3-1. Chase Anderson back out. Max Kepler is at the plate. Ball 1 outside. Kepler's been out twice, a homer and a single. Red Sox 9th inning due up. Batters 7, 8, and 9. Cooper, Hamilton, and Rafaela. Kepler just took a timeout here. And now digs back in.
Took a little extra time after that first one. A little awkward finish on. Was fooled on that changeup, but it looks to be okay.
Let's go back to the first swing here. If we saw anything here, Morty?
He just got fooled and kind of tried to hold on.
2 hopper to first, and Cooper feeds Anderson. And with overcast skies, it's turned out to be a lovely day. Carlos Santana's 0 for 3, 1 for 7 in the series. Twins will not visit Fenway until late September. 3-game series at Fenway, September 20th through the 22nd.
Cleveland and Boston on that road trip.
So Cole Sands right now looks to be in play for the 9th inning after throwing some yesterday. And the Twins finished the regular season here at home with Miami and Baltimore. 2-1 count to Santana. And that's in the seats. One hopper right side. Nice play by Hamilton. 2 down. Left the bat at nearly 102 miles an hour. Hamilton played that well.
Well, watch how he gives with this ball. He creates some space for his hands to work. So he retreats, and you're able to do that a lot more on the right side of the infield. Watch the angle he takes on this. So he understands it's got top spin. He's going to need a little more time to get himself that big hop. And the feet always set up the hands. The feet allow the hands to work. Exactly what he did there.
Likely see Vaughn Grissom back at second base tomorrow. This was a planned day off for Grissom, just coming back from injury and the flu. So Hamilton to start here in the middle game of the series. 0-2 now on Vasquez. And Vasquez strikes out, and that's a 1-2-3 8th inning. The Twins are 3 outs away from their 12th. Max Kepler, a 4th inning home run. That's the difference right now. Twins added on a Correa sac fly in the 6th. A 3-1 lead. 9th inning has arrived. And Cole Sands looking for his 2nd save this season. 3rd career save. Will face the lower third of the Red Sox lineup, as Kyle Farmer's now playing third base. So Miranda's day is over, and ball 1 to Garrett Cooper.
Cole Sands came in the game, pitched last night, 2/3 of an inning. The 2 runs that he gave up came in after he left.
Got jammed up the middle. Julian better hurry, picks and throws him out. As Sands got in the kitchen of Cooper. The cap came off between the mound and second base, but Julian made the play, and there's 1.
This is a nice play, aggressively coming to get this ball and then throwing it on the run. Eventually we'll find him a helmet and a hat that fits.
I'm not sure about that, man. I mean, they're trying. Hamilton pops it up. Farmer will not have a play just beyond that net. 0-2. Reese McGuire, whom Sands hit last night, is on deck to bat for Rafaela. Struck him out. Vanishing splitter. 2 down.
A pitch right here. Sells it with the arm action, and then that late movement is what gets the swing and the miss. And it will be the pinch hitter, Reese McGuire, coming up. Didn't really like getting hit by Sands last night. Obviously no intent there, but got him in the middle of the back shin. Took an extra glance out there as he was going down first base. Nice little rematch here.
Sands told us today in the clubhouse he just yanked a cutter and got him. Now they meet again. 9th inning. Ball 1. That's going to go foul. Last time the Twins won 12 straight games, he wasn't alive. Right side, Santana has it, and it's over. The Minnesota Twins, for the first time since 1991, have won 12 consecutive baseball games.
The boys are rolling. Timely hitting, great pitching. Everything kind of coming together after a slow start, but this team's playing with a ton of confidence right now. Get that Polaroid going.
And this time, no selfie.
Well, Pablo Day.